Hey, David Wygant, 10-minute daily reality check. This reality check is for all of you amazing single mothers out there. I fucking love and respect all of you. I remember the first single mother I dated. I was in my 30s. I was living in Boulder, Colorado. Her name was Denise, and she had a 4-year-old son. Denise looked like Cheryl Ladd in her prime. She was absolutely fucking beautiful. I was so attracted to her. Her blonde hair, her blue eyes, her beautiful body, her unbelievable soul. She just wanted to be in love, have sex, enjoy her relationship, and have someone to help her out with her kid when she had her kid alone. I remember she told me she loved me, and I remember I told her I loved her. Because I did. It took me 1.5 years to get her to leave her boyfriend. I fell for her instantly. I got to know her as a person, and it was a beautiful experience. But I was so fucking immature that I walked on it. I literally walked out on her. I moved to San Diego to go build a life there. I left Boulder, Colorado after we were together for about 6 or 7 weeks. She offered me her life. She offered me her love. She offered me a family, and I wasn't ready for it at all. And I remember about 9 months later, actually, I called her again to tell her that I was an idiot. And she said, David, this is a really hard conversation for me because I loved you. And I got to know you over 1.5 years, got to know you as a friend, and got to fall in love with you in a very different way. I'm with somebody right now, and I truly appreciate you just letting me be. And those are, the days before we stalked each other on Facebook and got to keep track of each other on Instagram and all this other social media crap. And it was so innocent and beautiful, and I so respected her. I literally never dated single moms until I became a single dad. Just because my relationship with my daughter's mother did not work out, it doesn't mean that I don't want a family. I just didn't want a family with her. I want a family with my daughter. I want a family with another woman. I don't want any more children of my own. I got a vasectomy back in 2010, so I am no longer able to have a kid. Yeah, I know I can get a needle aspiration up there, but also at the age that I'm at right now, I don't want to bring another kid into this world because I want my child to be able to grow up with a father. As all you know, I'm very healthy and I work out all the time and I eat really well and I don't drink, but I just want my child the opportunity to see their dad old. And I find that men who have kids in their 50s are a little selfish. I feel like they're doing it just for themselves or they're doing it for the woman, but they're not really doing it for the sake of the child, because if you look at your average lifeline, you got a guy who's 58 years old and he's got a 16-year-old daughter. He's 74 years old. You don't know how many good years you have left at that time. Maybe if you're lucky, you have 10, maybe 15, or maybe you only have 2. I feel like it's depriving the child of the father that they need to grow up with. That's just my viewpoint on it. But I want to tell you more about why I love single mothers. I had the opportunity this summer to date a single mother. I met her. I thought she was fabulous. I met her kids. I loved them. I got to experience and help a single mother out. I got to be part of a partnership and part of a family, and she gave me this absolutely beautiful preview. Because up until then, I never got serious about a single mother. I was always open for it because my daughter has been asking for sisters and a family, and I can't give it to her, and I don't know what my ex is up to, but I can only give my daughter what I can give her, and my ex can only provide for her what she can provide. So having the opportunity to go and date a single mother, I saw what the possibility would be with somebody. But most importantly, one of the most honorable and amazing things that I felt, and I was able to experience with her, was being able to show up for her and help her with her family. You see, women are such beautiful people. You got married, you had kids, You did it with full intention of growing old and having a family. It didn't work out for whatever reason it didn't work out, whether it was your choice or his choice. But it doesn't mean that you still don't want a family. It doesn't mean that you don't want someone who's going to sit around and enjoy Thanksgiving and spend the holidays with you. It doesn't mean that you don't want another influence in your kid's life or see or allow your kids to actually see you in love. I know when I split up with my ex, I split up with her because I really did not want that dynamic for my daughter to see and to grow up around. I didn't want the bickering and I didn't want any of that stuff. I didn't want my daughter to see that. So I made a conscious choice when I left because I knew eventually I would learn from that experience and I would go and find somebody. And my daughter would be able to see what David Wygant looks like in love, because that's going to influence my daughter's life. Because when my daughter is older, I want her to say, hey, my dad was fucking amazing. My stepmom was amazing. My dad really taught me what love was all about. That's my job as a parent, to show my kid love. And if I stayed with my ex, that wouldn't have happened. But that was 5.5 years ago. And in the 5.5 years since then, I've had opportunities to date single mom. And this summer, when I was able to date the single mom that I did, the greatest blessing that she ever gave me was that she showed me what a beautiful thing it can be to show up for a family. I helped her with her family. I took her kids out to dinner. I loved her kids like they're my own. I read books and stories, and it was such a beautiful experience to do that. And it also made me realize that I have so much love in my heart, not just for my daughter and not just for myself, but to give a single mom an opportunity to make her life easier. That to me is an honor to do. And for all my male listeners, I want you to think about that honor. I want you to think about how beautiful it is to show up for a single mom, to be able to help her with her kid, especially if the father is not a good father, to be able to provide a healthy role model for a boy or a healthy role model for girls, to be able to coexist and have a blended family and get along with the biological dad. It's a beautiful thing to step up with that, because we're all here because we have such a high capacity to love. Love is an unlimited feeling that you can have, and love is an unlimited source of energy. So I dig single moms. I think you're fucking amazing, because you've learned so much, and you've really learned how to love. See, I'm a single dad, and because of my daughter and the book that I'm writing a book called Lessons from Layla. It's how a little girl, unfroze a frozen man's heart. Because of my lessons from my daughter, I've learned how to love. I've learned how to show up unconditionally, authentically, and beautifully. I've got so much patience now, and I know on my vision board right now, I will be with somebody who has children, because I have an opportunity through all the love that's in my heart to be able to have the family that I never had growing up. But this time I get to choose my family. I get to choose my partner. I get to love their kids. They get to love my daughter, and everybody's happy. So for those of you that have never thought about dating single moms, give them a thought. They're pretty fucking amazing women. I love single moms. And this podcast today is all about you. And I want you to do me a favor. Pass this on to all the single moms that are out there. Let them hear today that there's a man in Los Angeles that absolutely thinks all of you are amazing. And I honor your path. And I honor your courage. And I honor the way that you've brought up your kid. And I honor the woman that you are today. Because it wasn't an easy path. Because you, whether you left or the man did the leaving, I know you went in full intention to have a family, to create love. So you all deserve a chance at love, and you shouldn't be alone anymore. It's much better to bring your children up together, because that's what we're built on. We're built on togetherness. We're built on building families. So please send this to all single moms. And all you men out there, don't just try to have sex with a single mom because she has limited time. Fucking love them. Because they'll nurture, they'll take care of you, and they know how to micromanage. Not micromanage. They know how to spread the love around, because they've been able to do that on their own with their children. All right, that's today's reality check. Love to single moms. And do me a favor, spread the podcast. I asked you again, and I'm going to do it one last time. David Wygant, 10-minute daily reality check out. DavidWygant.com is the website. And if you've got a great single mom story, feel free to send it to me. And if you're just a single mom and you want to give thanks, please do. And if you're a dude wanting to date them, do it. They're amazing. You'll feel so much more fulfilled than ever before.